A new engine, climbing, a brand new leveling up system, underwater discoveries, and much more. These are some of my wishes I think Bethesda can do to make The Elder Scrolls 6 an all-time game. Welcome back, my fellow companions, into another video here on my channel where I've been covering everything Elder Scrolls related, so if you love Elder Scrolls, I would appreciate you subscribing. Let's head on into it. Firstly, I'd love to see a brand new leveling up system in The Elder Scrolls 6. The leveling up systems over the past few games have been fantastic. It's been amazing. I've really loved Oblivion's leveling up system. I thought that's been the most unique leveling up system in all Elder Scrolls games. I find that you pick the race that you want and then you have to choose those type of attributes to go with. So you can't just be an Argonian and turn into a warrior and then just be whatever. Like, it doesn't really line up to how I like to play my games, because I play with a unique playstyle. You know, if I pick an Argonian, I'm going to be a Thieves Guild, a Dark Brotherhood type guild player. I'm not going to go into the Fighters Guild like what a Redguard or a Nord would do, or Breton. It doesn't really make too much. But I like it in Skyrim how you have the freedom of doing whatever you want. And I know for you Skyrim lovers, you're going to be coming, hey, Fallen, how are you mocking the leveling up system in Skyrim? It's fantastic. I know it is. It's amazing. I love it so much, but I just like a bit more unique playstyle. I would like the leveling up system to be a bit more difficult. I'd like it to take a little bit longer to level up. I wouldn't like it to, you just level up super fast. I found Skyrim's leveling up system was a little bit too fast, that you level up a bit too much. I want to see it a bit more of a grind, because so many people play so many hours into it, and it would be so rewarding to be somewhat like level 50 or level 100. Nowadays, if you're level 50 or level 100, it's kind of just like, But I want Bethesda to look into games like Dark Souls, Baldur's Gate, like how the leveling up system is in there. It's super in depth and it's really creative. I'd love to see that into the new game. On to number 2. There must be climbing in Elder Scrolls 6. Now, this is a more of a frustrating thing with how big Skyrim was. So many times I've nearly smashed my controller while playing Skyrim because I couldn't hop over a little ledge. The climbing could be like a Dishonored system. In fact, it would be Bethesda's best interest to incorporate Dishonored stealth and climbing abilities into Elder Scrolls 6. The climbing and running speed would be designated by the armor you wear and the weight of the said armor. The combat should also be like Dishonored's combat. If you have played Dishonored, you'll know that the combat is very slick and realistic. Of course, it would have to be tailored to the many different weapons of the Elder Scrolls, but it could work very well. I'd like to quickly say that I don't mean climbing up massive mountains just to get to the top. I still think you can still walk around them, but just being able to climb up a ledge or climb over a rock would just be so much easier. I know you sometimes can jump over, but sometimes you're not actually able to jump over, or you can give an equipment that, in same as like Legend of Zelda, that you can climb up and you have a certain amount of stamina and you have to increase your stamina if you want to be able to climb. So they really should take like a look at Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, how the mechanics work there for their stamina, and that's the amount of stamina you can use to go up, and that would be a really cool thing. Now the bad thing is with that, just thinking about it, is that you won't have a paraglider so to fly down from it if you don't have enough stamina to get to the top. But maybe they can put a flying mechanic into it where you can hold something, some sort of glider to get down. I'm not too sure. Another thing I'd love to see into the game is that your choices in the world truly affect it. If you are a leader of the Dark Brotherhood, people would cower in fear and run from you. Now, the one thing that I find crazy is that Bethesda have not put this into the game yet. That if you're the leader of the Dark Brotherhood, you can walk around, be friends with everyone. But the thing is though, the Dark Brotherhood is the most feared faction in the whole game. It's the most feared guild. People fear the Dark Brotherhood. And if you are the leader of the Thieves Guild, people would disrespect you. They wouldn't appreciate you as much. And also, if you are a war hero, people would respect you and look in awe as you pass by. In fact, you would have an entire respect system that depends on your choices in the world. Many games now have this type of system. Your morale, if you do something bad like in Red Dead, your morale is going to increase and then people aren't going to want you into the city. You're going to have to really work on that. So your choices and everything that you do is going to matter. Look at how a good Baldur's Gate 3 turned out to be. The choices you make in that game determine so much. Now it really keeps the players really attracted to playing this game so they can play a lot more of it, and it can be beneficial Bethesda itself. Moving on to the next thing. Now this is a very big outliner. An underwater type life. Now you might be thinking, are you saying an underwater city? Are you saying more underwater creatures? Are you saying to swim underwater? Well, kind of. I don't want an underwater city. If we're going to be at Hammerfell, there can't really be an underwater city. Like, I mean, I know there can be, but I think it'd just look a little bit weird on the map. I don't know why, and I don't know how the mechanics would actually work and what equipment you could use. But you could be like Obi-Wan Kenobi, diving down with Qui-Gon, going underwater in the Phantom Menace. But what I'd like to see is that I find that once you are swimming, there's just nothing. You've got mud crabs that are on the sand, basically, just in the water, but there's nothing else there. I'd like to see some sort of life under there, or some sort of creature that you could come up against. Now, yes, it could be really annoying. You know, there could be creatures in the water that could be really frustrating the first, but I'd like to see a bit more life with it, because I felt like Skyrim, they kind of missed it as well. Oblivion, they basically missed it. You swim in there and there's nothing there. There's legit nothing. You just swim into nothing. So I'd like to see a bit more life brought into the underwater area. Now, I know a lot of you guys know that this is in need for the Elder Scrolls franchise, but they are in need of a new engine. So I'm hoping that Bethesda don't reuse the same engine, and I hope they change to like an Unreal Engine 5 would be really good for the game, because it really needs a change up. Now, obviously with a new game, we're going to get brand new type creatures and new enemies to first, and I'd really like to see something completely different that we've never seen in Elder Scrolls. Like, this is the one thing I'm pretty sure Bethesda are going to do, and I know it's a bit weird to put it on a wish list because with every game there'll be new creatures and everything, but I'd like to really see in-depth creatures, not a repeat of Skyrim. I feel like, you know, you play the same enemies over and over and over again. I really want to see a variety of different enemies to first, so you can actually see, let's say there's a bear, it might be just a normal brown bear, but there might be like, let's say a purple bear or even a black bear, and the black bear can make you notice, oh, that's a stronger bear, we might not be able to first that. Like, being able to recognize the type of enemy you're firsting. You know, you go and first the bandits. Yes, you can first some stronger bandits in camps and stuff, but you almost first the exact same bandits all the time. I'd like to just see a bit more challenge into the game, because with Skyrim, they allowed you to do whatever you want, to be whatever you want, to be the most OP you want. Yes, I love it. I love the freedom of it. It's so fun. But at the same time, it's just super easy at times. I want to see the choices you obviously make, or maybe the friends you make within the faction or guild or whatever, matter. Some people might be jealous. Hey, why are you hanging out with them? Or why aren't you hanging out with me? Or you might be a bit more ruder to one other friend. Or I don't know, I'd like to see a bit of tension. And your actual choices matter. Like I was saying before, it matters with everything. I want your choices to matter with it all. But especially factions, which bring the most joy and foundation to the Elder Scrolls games, because these are the things that actually hold the game up very well, because these factions are amazing. Now that's all I'm going to cover. There is a big list of my wish list that I want, and a lot of them are pretty self-explanatory because they could actually just add it into the game, and I'm pretty sure they will add it into the game. But let me know down below if you want a part 2 of my wish list. I really appreciate you guys tuning in for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing all Elder Scrolls content. I've got big videos coming out this year and the coming weeks. I cannot wait. You know, I've been going to be posting as much as I can. We're going to be building up the hype for Elder Scrolls 6 and other games. I'm not just going to be doing Elder Scrolls 6. I'm going to be doing the Elder Scrolls universe as well. Yes, there might be 1 or 2 games that I might play within, you know, the time period, but I'm still gonna be focusing on Elder Scrolls because I love the franchise so much. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.